Good morning, students. Today I have chosen this topic, degree of comparison. I have written the name of the topic. I have also written the structure of the three degrees. First positive degree, then comparative degree, and third superlative degree. You all are very well known to all three degrees, but sometimes you all are facing some problems of solving these sentences. So today we are going to see this topic. Here the structure of positive degree as oblique so. Only sometimes so is used, most of the times as adjective. As. This is the structure of positive degree. As, adjective, as. Here we have to use first form of the adjective in positive degree. Then comparative degree, more. When the adjective doesn't carry the ER form, at that time we have to use more plus adjective. And if the adjective carry ER form, then we have to use adjective plus ER form to adjective, then than, followed by than. In superlative degree, the is compulsory, and the same rule of comparative degree is used. We have to use in superlative degree. When the adjective doesn't carry est form, then we have to use most, the most plus adjective. And if the adjective carries suffix form, est form, then we have to use adjective plus est. So in this way we have to use the structure of 3 degrees while solving the sentences. Now there are 3 ways of solving the degree sentences. I have named it as cases. There are 3 cases. Case number 1. Here the comparison is made between 2 objects. These are the 2 objects. It may be a river, it may be a mountain, it may be a person, it may be anything. So greater than, less than, and equal to. So you should keep in mind that when the comparison is made between 2 objects, then we can change the sentence from positive to comparative and from comparative to positive. We can't change this type of sentence into superlative degree. We can't use superlative degree here in this case. So now I can give you a sentence. For example, prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure. In this sentence, prevention is the object, first object, and this is second object. While before solving this sentence, we have to see some rules. For example, it is very easy. The first rule, first object comes at the second object. And second object comes at the first object. Then second rule, if the given sentence is affirmative, then we have to convert it into negative. Affirmative becomes negative. Negative becomes affirmative. And third, if the given sentence is positive, it becomes comparative. And comparative becomes positive. Affirmative means positive. Affirmative means positive. Positive in the sense there is no negation. In this sentence, there is no negation. When we convert this sentence into positive degree, then we have to use negation. So we have to apply this rule. While solving this sentence, we have to apply all three rules. Three rules are important. So now we can solve this sentence. The given sentence is in comparative degree. We have to change into positive. So this is first object and this is second. So second object comes at the first object. Cure is. We can't change tense of the sentence. Cure is. Now we have to use negation. Cure is not. This rule. First we applied first rule, then this rule, second rule. Cure is not as prevention. So here we have used the first form of the adjective for positive degree. Cure is not as good as prevention. If here I can write so, cure is not so good as prevention, then also it is correct. Now we can see another example. I can write here. Gangotri is more attractive than Yamunotri. So this given sentence is also in comparative degree. We have to change it into positive degree because the comparison is made between two objects, Gangotri and Yamunotri. So second object comes at the beginning, Yamunotri is not as Yamunotri is not as attractive as Gangotri. It is very easy to remember. You can take a screenshot if possible. Now we can move forward towards case number 2. In case number 2, we are going to see how a sentence of superlative degree can be changed into positive and comparative degrees, or vice versa. So here in the second case, this is the one object greater than, less than, all other. So this object is different from others. One object greater than, less than, all other. write a sentence. Shakespeare is the greatest of all dramatists in English literature. So the given sentence is in superlative degree. We have to change it into comparative and then positive. And while making changes, we have to use the structure, we have to use certain rules. Now, Shakespeare is the greatest. Greatest means here the third form of the adjective. The meaning of the sentence is no other dramatist is as great as Shakespeare. Means Shakespeare is the only dramatist in English literature who is greatest. So now I can convert it into comparative degree. Shakespeare is, now we have to use comparative form of the adjective. Shakespeare is greater than. Shakespeare is greater than any other. Means Shakespeare is, this is Shakespeare. Here is the Shakespeare and these are all other dramatists. So Shakespeare is greater than, Shakespeare is greater from others, than others. Shakespeare is greater than any other dramatist of English literature. Shakespeare is greater than any other dramatist of English literature. And then positive degree. Now, positive degree sentence will start as no other. The beginning of this sentence will like this: no other dramatist of English literature is as great Shakespeare. Now we are going to see the third case number 3. In case number 3, the comparison is made between one object and most others. Sorry, the comparison is made between very few and most others. So, very few means there are some other objects, there are some other people, but they are not mentioned in the sentence. The only one object is mentioned, and this one object is compared with all others. For example, if this is Sachin Tendulkar, then it will be Brian Lara, it may be Ricky Ponting, it may be Virat Kohli. There are other objects, but they are not mentioned. So, very few means this is not the only one. Like we have seen in the earlier case. In the second case, we have seen that the one object is compared with all others, but here very few. There are very few. For example, there are many students, 60 students in the class, but out of 60 there are only 10 students. They are toppers, they are excellent. Like that, there are many cricketers in the world, but out of these, very few are greatest. But in the sentence, the one cricketer is mentioned. So now I can write the example. I am going to write the example. Temperature is one of the most important physical factors. physical factors important. Temperature is one of them. So there are many physical factors, many factors important, but temperature is one of them. Now the given sentence is once again in superlative degree, and then now we have to change it into comparative degree and then positive degree. So we have to use this structure while changing the sentence. Here you can see temperature is one of the most important physical factors. Important. That adjective doesn't carry est form. Here is the est form, and that's why the is compulsory, and after the most is used. So now we have to use this structure of comparative degree. Temperature is here also we have to use more, because once again important doesn't carry er form of the suffix. Temperature is more important तुमच्या लक्षात येते का बघा, इथं मोस्ट का वापरलेला आहे तर इम्पॉर्टंट त्याला आपण ईएसटी जोडू शकत नाही आणि म्हणून मोस्ट वापरलेला आहे. त्याच पद्धतीनं कंपॅरेटिव्ह मध्ये वाक्य बदलत असताना मोर इथं वापरावं लागत आहे, कारण इम्पॉर्टंट नंतर आपण ईआर यूज करू शकत नाही आणि त्यामुळे मोर वापरलेलं आहे. टेम्परेचर इज मोर इम्पॉर्टंट than इथं मेनी लिहिलं तर चालतंय किंवा मोस्ट, मेनी वापरलं तर चालतंय किंवा मोस्ट. टेम्परेचर इज मोर इम्पॉर्टंट दॅन मेनी और मोस्ट अदर physical factors. This is comparative degree, and then positive. Now in the first sentence in superlative degree, one of is used. Temperature is one of the most important physical factors. Means there are many other physical factors important, but temperature is one of them. So while writing the positive degree, we have to use very few in the beginning. Very few physical factors, very few physical factors are now we have to use the first form of the adjective. Very few physical factors are इथं सो लिहिलं तरी चालते, ॲज किंवा सो. व्हेरी फ्यू फिजिकल फॅक्टर्स आर ॲज इम्पॉर्टंट as temperature. Very few physical factors are as important as temperature. In this way, we have seen all 3 degrees and all the 3 cases. So once again I want to tell you that you can take a screenshot of this board, so it will be helpful to you to remember all the things. Thank you.